Happy Monday. Welcome into another edition of 3 Point Stands presented by Mountain Dew. Meghan, Triplett, John Roser here with you to talk about the weekend that was. And Roser, we can't talk about the weekend without talking about Ja Morant and what he did on Saturday night against the Chicago Bulls. I mean, Roser, it was phenomenal. 46-point night. The game went down to the wire. Grizzlies get the big victory against the Chicago Bulls, a team that's leading the Eastern Conference. And Ja said that it was the Michael Jordan video that they showed in arena during a timeout that got him going, and he got going. I mean, at this point, what else can you be surprised at? What words can we even describe or use to describe what Ja Morant's doing?
It's pretty incredible, and he's etching himself up there in the MVP conversation. There's no doubt about it. It's pretty amazing what he's been able to do, especially because I thought after that game against Minnesota, there's no way he would play tonight with his hip, with the way his hip was, the way he was limping around at the end of that game. You could tell you could tell something was wrong, and then he looked like nothing had happened to him in that Bulls game. It's absolutely amazing. We've never had a superstar like this where kind of the entire league totally takes notice of him. But we've never had a superstar where when we go out there on any given night, we have the best player on the court. And that's very rare. And I hope we do not take it for granted, because I certainly do not take it for granted. He's a special player. He just is.
He really is. And you think about now, we got 21 games left. No, now we have 20 games left of the regular season before we get to the playoffs. We're 2 games in from All-Star break, and you talk about what happened to Ja with the hip, and we all held our breaths. We're like, oh my gosh, hope Ja's okay. Then he comes back in that game and still plays in the fourth quarter, trying to will his team to a victory. And then you talk about on Saturday in Chicago, where it's just thinking that it's like nothing ever happened. And to have a 46-point night. I mean, Steven Adams was joking, but he did say, he was like, I'm not surprised. Honestly, it's getting boring now at this point, because I'm so used to seeing Ja do what he's doing. But it's getting the conversation going. It's getting the conversation going so much that the Grizzlies have now added a national TV to their schedule. The Grizzlies Celtics game is now on TNT. And as we get closer and closer to the playoff push, here we are. The Grizzlies team is adding national televised games. You got people talking about them. There was a 360 move that Ja Morant did in that game. Roser, I know you were at the Hustle game working. He did this 360 move that was
I saw it.
Phenomenal, right?
I saw it. I saw the replay and I go, oh my God.
What?
Yeah.
What? It's crazy.
And he makes you do that every night. He makes you say, oh my God. Every night he makes you do it.
Oh man, and I'm just happy that we get a chance to just continue to see and enjoy this show. As Steven Adams said, it's boring. I'm going to sit back and just be still in awe, and I'm going to be excited over it. And we'll get a chance to see Ja Morant back in action tonight at home against the San Antonio Spurs. And tonight's game is special because it is HBCU night. I'm repping my TSU Tigers already.
Yeah.
I'm excited because, Roser, when HBCU night's here, we come out, it's loud, it is electric, it's so much fun.
Are we going to have, is Eddie George going to be in the building?
I don't know if Eddie George is going to be in the building. We threw that idea out there. We should invite them. I mean, I feel as if he heard about it, people are talking about it, he should, because TSU band's going to be in the building. Ramon Owens choir is going to be singing the national anthem. We're going to have a stroll off, a step show after the game. 2 years ago, we did it during a timeout, and it was so big, it was so amazing that it went viral, that this time we're going to say, you know what, let's put it after the game, because so many people want to really, really enjoy the show. And I'm excited just because of all the representation, all the schools that's going to come out, and the fans. The fans love HBCU night.
Absolutely. No, it'll be awesome. Wait, TSU's band's going to be there?
Yes. I don't know if it's the whole band or it's the drum line, but remember 2 years ago we had the whole band, the whole marching band came out and took over the whole entire court.
We need the drum line. Well, there's no doubt about that. We have to have the drum line.
I mean, I would just love them to come to more games, but I'll take tonight. And we need people to come out. So if you want tickets, make sure you call 901-888-HOOP and get tickets, because it's going to be a big, big game that I cannot wait for. Hopefully the Grizzlies get a victory. Hopefully they can come back home, get that win. The last game we played here on home, we took a loss, which we don't see that very often. And so hopefully the Grizzlies can kind of get back into things on our home court. Big news today, Roser, in the NFL. Kyler Murray and his agent, they released a statement, kind of more like a letter, where his agent talks about Kyler Murray in third person. It's a weird long letter, but basically it seems as if Kyler Murray, he's addressing and telling Arizona Cardinals fans, I want to stay in Arizona. I want to be your quarterback, but the team has to be willing to make him a long-term priority and get that contract extension going. It seems as if things might not be going in his favor. And one quote that is like highlighted says, actions speak much louder than words in the volatile business. So it sounds like the actions aren't speaking right now. They're not loud. And so what do you make of Kyler Murray and his agent's letter statement, whatever you want to call it?
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it sounds like a little hurt feeling. It sounds like they have tried to initiate contract talks with the Arizona Cardinals on a long-term extension, and the Arizona Cardinals have not been as friendly about those wanting to have negotiations, which tells me they don't know if Kyler Murray is their franchise quarterback. Which, if I was the Cardinals, I would have those same questions too. I told you, I think the guy's overrated. I don't think he's that good. That's just my opinion. I know I play in the same division as them. I know they beat us twice this year. I know the Seahawks also stunk and they beat us twice this year too. But go look at Murray. It's every time, and maybe it's a Cliff Kingsbury thing, because you look at Cliff Kingsbury and his teams go back to like all the teams he's coached. They all start out hot and then they tail off at the end of the season. So maybe it's that, because that's been the same thing with Kyler Murray the last 2 years. They start out hot and then they just fall apart at the end of the season. They fall apart. They were the best team in the NFL after like 8 games. They were like 7-0, or 7-0, 8-1, 7-1.
But you know what? In the letter, his agent does make a valid point. You're looking at a QB who's 24 years old. He's already been in the Pro Bowl twice. He led the organization to 11 wins after the season before. They only had 3 wins. And every year that he's been here for the last 3 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals, they've improved their record by three wins. And when you lay it out, and I think as it's listed in the letter, I think they knew that there were some haters out there who were saying like, oh, well, look, Kyler Murray, is he that? But let me show you what I've done since I've been here. I always forget the guy is 24. I mean, like, it's really hard to forget the guy is 24 years old.
No. He's very young. He's very young. And so, yes, maybe there is something to that. He's very much so listening to his haters. There's no doubt about that by having his agent put that in there. He's very much listening to them. You know, the bigger thing is having DeAndre Hopkins healthy. If they don't get DeAndre, because you saw also that correlated with DeAndre Hopkins going down. Like, if he's not there, they ain't that good.
And you know what? DeAndre Hopkins is a huge piece in this. So is JJ Watt. It's a huge piece in that as well. When he got hurt, things changed for them in that line. And I do think it's going to be interesting to kind of see when you put someone on blast like this, does it work? I'm all for the players, you know, putting the truth out there, because a lot of times the fans don't get the whole entire story. And it's like, does he want to be here? He's basically saying, I want to be here. Now it's on the team, and that team that you're rooting for, put the pressure on them. If you want me here, start talking to the front office. Does it work? When that happens, does it make it a more, I don't know. Sometimes it's like when you do that, it's like you're not making the matters better when it comes to the communication, but it could. I'm interested to kind of like see it play out. Of all the people in the offseason to like make some noise, I didn't think it'd be Kyler Murray, right?
Yeah. I know. And he deleted all the Cardinals stuff off his Instagram. And it did. It totally came out of nowhere. It's like, what's this guy mad about now?
What is happening? But we'll wait and see, and we'll see how it all plays out. That's all the time we have for this edition of 3 Point Stance presented by Mountain Dew. We'll see you tonight for HBCU night, the Grizzlies versus the Spurs.